Picture this. You're standing in your own kitchen, the kitchen of the house you saved from foreclosure, and your mother-in-law looks you dead in the eye and calls you a gold digger. Again, for the 100th time. Except this time she's living under your roof, rent-free in the house that's legally in your name. Now imagine the look on her face 6 months later when your lawyer walks up to her at a family gathering and hands her an eviction notice. That's exactly what happened to me. And if you've ever been underestimated, insulted, or disrespected by someone who thought you'd never fight back, this story is for you. Here's what everyone tells you. Just ignore toxic in-laws. Keep the peace. Don't rock the boat because family is family. That's the advice, right? Smile through the insults, take the high road, and eventually they'll come around. But here's the truth. Nobody wants to admit. Sometimes the high road is actually letting people experience the consequences of their actions. Sometimes justice isn't about revenge. It's about boundaries with teeth. My name is Emma, and I'm about to tell you the story of how I went from being called a gold digger at my own wedding reception to becoming the legal owner of my mother-in-law's house. And before you judge me, understand this. I didn't fire the first shot. I just made sure to fire the last one. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly how this happened. The insults, the escalation, and the moment my lawyer handed her that eviction notice. But more importantly, I'm going to show you the 3 critical mistakes she made that led to her own downfall, and the strategic decisions I made that protected everything my husband and I built together. Let's get into it. Let me paint you the picture. I met my husband, David, 6 years ago. I was working as a dental hygienist. Solid middle-class income, nothing fancy. He was an architect. We fell in love, got engaged, and that's when I met her, Patricia, my mother-in-law. From day one, Patricia made it clear I wasn't good enough, not rich enough, not connected enough, not from the right family. At our engagement party, she literally asked me in front of guests if I'd considered a prenup to protect David's assets. David had a decent savings account and a modest trust fund from his late father. Nothing crazy, but to hear Patricia tell it, I was Meghan Markle infiltrating the royal family. Here's where Patricia made her first critical error. She assumed that because I didn't fight back immediately, I was weak. She confused my patience with permission. I watched, I documented, I stayed calm at every family dinner where she'd make comments about women who marry for money while looking directly at me. I smiled through the wedding reception where she gave a toast that included the line, "Well, David, you've made your choice. Let's hope it works out better than it looks." This is vital for anyone dealing with a toxic person. Your silence isn't weakness, it's reconnaissance. Every insult Patricia threw was just more evidence I was quietly collecting. And trust me, it would matter later. But here's where things get interesting. Because 6 months after the wedding, Patricia did something that would ultimately cost her everything. And it started with a phone call I wasn't supposed to hear. 2 years into our marriage, David's grandmother, Patricia's mother, passed away. Sweet woman. She'd always been kind to me, which drove Patricia insane. At the funeral, Patricia pulled David aside. I overheard her from the bathroom hallway. She was crying, saying she was going to lose her house. Apparently, she'd taken out a reverse mortgage and made some bad investments with a friend's crypto scheme. She was 3 months from foreclosure. The house she was about to lose, it was the family home, the one David's father had grown up in. Patricia had inherited it, but she'd been living beyond her means for years. Designer bags, luxury vacations, country club memberships, all funded by debt. Here's what happened next. David came to me, heartbroken. He wanted to help his mom, and despite everything she'd done to me, I looked at my husband and said, "Okay, let's help her." We bought the house, paid off her debt, put the deed in our names, mine and David's, jointly. Patricia would live there rent-free for as long as she needed. Now you might be thinking, wait, Emma, why would you help someone who treated you like garbage? Here's why. Because I'm not stupid. I knew exactly who Patricia was, and I knew that giving her a free place to live wouldn't make her grateful. It would make her bolder. Some people interpret generosity as weakness. I was counting on it. I told David, "We'll do this, but we do it legally. Written agreement. She's a tenant. We're the landlords. Everything documented. He thought I was being cautious. I was being strategic. This is the principle that everyone dealing with toxic people needs to understand. Never give power without protection. We could have just given her money. We could have co-signed a loan. Instead, we created a legal structure where WE held all the cards. The tenancy agreement was airtight. She signed it. And in that moment, Patricia went from being my mother-in-law to being my tenant. And that's when she made her second catastrophic mistake. She thought because it was family, the rules didn't apply. For about 6 months, things were tolerable. Patricia lived in the house. We paid the property taxes, handled the insurance, maintained everything. She contributed nothing. Then I got pregnant, and Patricia lost it. She started a whisper campaign in the family. Suddenly, I was trapping David with a baby. She told his cousins that I'd probably sabotaged birth control to secure my financial future. She posted on Facebook, I kid you not, about how some women will do anything to get their hands on family money. When David confronted her, she doubled down. She said, I'm just protecting my son from a gold digger. That word. Again, at a family barbecue at AUR house, the one she was living in rent-free, she told my own mother, to her face, you raised quite the opportunist. But here's where Patricia made her final fatal error. She started making modifications to the house without our permission. Tore out a wall between 2 rooms, hired contractors, thousands of dollars in changes. When David asked her about it, she said, it's my house. I've lived here for 30 years. You two are just names on a piece of paper. That's when I called my lawyer. Here's what people don't understand about family dynamics. Blood doesn't give anyone the right to disrespect you, defraud you, or violate legal agreements. Patricia thought family was a shield. It wasn't. It was just a relationship category. She'd violated the tenancy agreement in multiple ways. Unauthorized modifications to the property, defamation with the gold digger accusations that were documented, and creating a hostile environment that affected our family. My lawyer confirmed what I already knew. We had grounds for eviction. Now, here's where I had a choice to make. And what I did next is the reason why justice isn't always about revenge. Sometimes it's about, I sat down with David. I showed him everything. The Facebook posts I'd screenshotted, the text messages to family members, the contractor receipts proving unauthorized modifications, the entire pattern of disrespect, escalation, and violation. I said, I love you, and I love that you love your mother. But she's not treating us like family. She's treating us like targets. And now she's breaking the law in our house. The house we saved, he cried. But he agreed. We served Patricia with a formal eviction notice. 60 days, legally airtight. She called David, screaming. Called me every name in the book. Told the family we were throwing her out on the streets. Played the victim to anyone who would listen. But here's what she couldn't do. Fight it legally. Because she'd signed the agreement, she'd violated the terms. And every insult, every modification, every boundary she'd crossed was documented. The day she moved out, she looked at me and said, I hope you're happy. You got what you wanted. I said, Patricia, I wanted respect. You chose to give me leverage instead. This is what matters. I didn't win because I'm petty. I won because I was prepared. While she was busy underestimating me, I was busy protecting myself. While she was throwing insults, I was building legal frameworks. When someone shows you who they are, don't just believe them. Protect yourself from them. Oh, and one more thing you should know. 6 months after Patricia moved out, we sold that house. Made a decent profit, actually. Used some of it to buy our forever home. The one where our daughter will grow up. Where there's a nursery painted yellow with clouds on the ceiling. Where the only people who visit are people who actually respect us. Patricia still tells people I'm a gold digger. The difference? Now nobody believes her, because the family saw exactly what happened when her words met consequences. So here's what you should take from this story. 1, patience isn't weakness, it's strategy. 2, protect your boundaries with legal structures. not just emotional ones. 3. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for a toxic person is let them experience the results of their own behavior. If someone in your life is calling you names, undermining your marriage, or disrespecting your boundaries, you don't have to just take it. You don't have to burn bridges. But you absolutely can build fences, tall ones, with legal locks. And when they finally cross that line, you won't need revenge. The consequences will speak for themselves. I'm not a gold digger. I'm just a woman who knew her worth and protected it. My name is Emma, and thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes justice doesn't roar. Sometimes it just hands someone an eviction notice and walks away with dignity intact.